Raquel is asking, so there's two types of yellow? So, yes and no, in a sense. That's something that I haven't really talked about, and that's color temperature. It is kind of another quality of color. I've talked about color before, where there's three properties of color: hue, saturation, value. Temperature is a quality of color, but it falls under the hue section. So let's take a look at whoa, what happened here? Palette, but I didn't move my camera. So sorry about that. That's probably been all wonky this whole time. But let's take a look at my color wheel here. And so yellow, for example, you'll see like pure yellow is at the top somewhere there, kind of. And that's kind of pure yellow there in circle number 1. Now, if you go to number 2, the yellow is still yellow. In this case, it's chartreuse. Fancy. But it's becoming a cool yellow. And why is it becoming cool? Because it's moving towards blue, which is just generally a cool color. Whereas if you go to 24 in the other direction and it goes to golden yellow, that's becoming warmer. So why is it becoming warmer? Because it's moving towards red, which is an inherently warm color. So that's kind of what that means with when I say two types of yellow. So if we look at the palette without palette knife, or without the color wheel, this is kind of, it's not quite, but it's kind of more of just one, but in my mind it's more of two. It's a cooler yellow, closer to green than the alternative, which is this one, which is closer to red. Now, or orange, I should say, if we're talking about secondary colors. So that one is probably more of like 23 orange yellow rather than 24, which 24 would be the ideal. But for me, I've just become so accustomed to using this color. I do like having something that is closer to orange. So that's what I mean when I say two different yellows. Just means warm and cool. You'll see the same with the reds. We have a warm red, and that one is kind of more in like the 20 circle. You'll see on the left there, orange red. And then you have just pure red at 19, but then you also have like a blue red, or even further into, closer to blue. And that is this color here. That's more of like that blue red, almost purple. And now blue is a little complicated because typically blue is the color that you refer to as cool, just in general. So how do you have a warm blue and a cool blue? And to be honest, this is where things are very, what's the word I'm looking for? Doesn't quite make sense either way you think about it. So you could say, oh yeah, there's blue at 11, right? And the kind of towards the bottom. And if you move towards green, you're moving towards like yellow, which is a warm color. In terms of primaries, we're skipping green and going to yellow. But in the other direction, we're going towards red, and we're skipping past purple. Now, typically, purple and green are both considered like cool colors, So which one do you call your warm blue and which one do you call your cool blue? Now, you could say that, yeah, purple is warmer than green, but I don't think, I think it could go either way. So for this setup, we have this ultramarine blue, which is more towards purple, and the cerulean blue, which is more towards green. And you could argue either way, which one is the warm, which one's the cool. It can go either way. I don't know the answer there. Maybe there is a finite answer, a correct answer to that. But for me, there's just no way to make a blue warm. And it's a very, very weird situation, but you do want to have two versions, one that is closer to purple and one that is closer to, in this case, yellow. You know, it's looping around in the wheel. So yeah, that's kind of what I mean by two types of yellow. I really hope that was your question and I didn't just go on a super long tangent for no reason. So if that didn't answer your question, please let me know.